Hey Metal Hammer, I'm Liam. I play guitar for Pridelands.
I'm Josh. I sing for Pridelands.
We're 2/5 of the band. We're missing Joe, our drummer, Deej, our bassist, and Mason, the other vocalist.
Gonna do some questions. We're gonna answer some questions.
Me personally, other than music, which consumes a lot of time and creating music and mixing it, I like to make art, like digital art, photo manipulation kind of stuff. I'm terrible at drawing, but I like doing that too. Hanging out with friends. I like to write. Yeah. I work in a supermarket as well, so nothing outrageous there.
I like writing as well. I like reading. I like spending time with people that I love, even if I don't get to do that as much as I'd like to. I like to play video games a lot. I like to research video games and like other art mediums that really inspire me. In my free time, like there's a lot of really good video essays out there that I binge, and that keeps me ticking for sure. I work as a bartender / customer service person at a brewery, just like a 10-minute drive away, so keeps me busy, keeps me happy.
Pour beers, drink beers.
Pour beers, drink beers.
Yeah.
Live the life.
In terms of the other guys in the band, Meso also works at the brewery. In terms of his hobbies, music is definitely what he revolves his life around. I think
For sure.
He's really into movies and cinema. Joe works in a cafe at the moment. I think he also teaches drums, plays a lot of drums. I know that Joe likes to take a lot of photos, make videos. He's big on surfing.
And as for Deej, Deej is a steel fixer, which involves tying steel, cutting steel, just being a sick bloke, being really strong.
Yeah, he's really strong. He's basically like Iron Man.
Basically Iron Man, or Steel Man.
Steel Man.
Steel Man. His hobbies are making music, hanging out with his amazing animals. He's got a lot of really cool pets. Spending time with his friends, and just like general outdoor stuff. Like he's a really hands-on guy.
Yeah, very, very handy kind of guy in terms of like building things, animal enclosures. I know that he likes to play with power tools as well.
Oh yeah.
That's actually another hobby of mine that I forget about. Making furniture is always fun. That's us.
Yeah. Really interesting people, really cool guys.
There's not much to us. Big question. For me personally, Black Sabbath were the reason that I picked up a guitar. So I could say that...
Me too.
Shit, true.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like, I saw a picture of like Tony Iommi and I was just like, I like that guitar. I like that song. I want to learn how to play Iron Man, and then...
Mine was War Pigs. I heard War
sick.
Pigs and I was like, I want to play War Pigs. And funnily enough, like I didn't learn it for like 12 years. I learned it like a couple of years ago. But they were a big one. I guess that's the reason that I play guitar in the first place. So Black Sabbath for one. Slipknot were and still are a massive influence for me personally, because they were the first band that was really heavy that I kind of got into and made heavy music really click for me. There's just something about it, and there still is. So Slipknot were huge for that. In terms of like metalcore, Parkway Driver also a massive one, like throughout my teen years, and I think everyone's teen years here. Like
no one can really look past that band.
No, they're Australia's biggest metal export, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like they were so big for so many bands and just set the bar and created the sound that everyone wanted to make,
and just showed everyone that it was possible to just like go out there and kill it.
Yeah.
In that field, because like we've had sick bands like everywhere in Australia for like different genres, but like they were the first of this kind to just kind of send it home and like showed everybody that it was just like, whoa, this is like a big deal, and not just here. Like it's like everywhere.
What about you?
My bands?
Yeah.
We're doing 3 each.
Yeah.
Okay. Linkin Park, because
huge.
like
Huge.
another one you just can't look past. Like not so much for like heavier stuff, but like they kind of showed that really cool dynamic that I was like, if I'm gonna do this, I want to do something that's gonna like have that same kind of push pull, that like peaks and valleys, and they always consistently nailed that. Like album after album for me. Like it was never just like Meteor and Hybrid Theory for me. Like it just kept going and getting better for me as a listener. Like I know a lot of people kind of didn't vibe with it, but it's just like, this is amazing. Lately, like if we're talking like big influences, Sleep Token for sure. Every song is amazing. Again, just kind of showing what's possible with the creative side of heavier stuff. Like if you're just like committed to your thing and like expanding on that and whatever. And like George has just, you know, ripped everything that he's done with them. So
yeah, huge band.
Yeah, like even when we were in the studio for this album, that was all we were really listening to, because like Sundowning was coming out.
Yeah.
Like it was at the end of like the singles coming out, and then I think it might have come out when we were away.
The last song came out on one of the last days that we were recording.
Yeah.
But that was, it was like a 6-month campaign. But that band's been so influential, not just in how they write their music, but it like led us to George as well.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
With
Like
George.
we would not be in the position that we're in, like with any of this, if it wasn't for, you know, listening to that band and then being like, you know, these sounds, these drums, these anything, like how did this happen? How did this come about? So it would be remiss to not bring them up. And Rise Against for me again is another massive one. Like they were the first alternative band that I went to see. My uncle took me to see them when I was young as hell, and it was just like crazy. Like I had always since then loved like music with a message, and like just that like preteen angst that was like already a part of my life. Just they epitomized how cool it was to like be in like a crazy good punk rock band and also like have something really important to say. Yeah, those would be my big three if I was gonna really kind of hone in on it.
It's a massive three. But it's just the influences change with time too.
Yeah.
Like it's such a hard thing to pinpoint, but
yeah. Not really.
No.
Not really.
No.
Just something that came up. We were like umming and ahhing about certain names, like some just, you know, just like spitballing, trying to get something to stick, and that was the only thing that really did. We had like a couple of like temporary names that we just kind of gave up on pretty quickly.
Yeah, they weren't any good.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
when you're 15, it's like the hardest thing in the world. Like you can try and write songs and you think that's hard, but trying to name your band is like...
I feel like it would still be the hardest thing too.
Yeah, trying to do that now, like if we still didn't have a name, like at this point, and tried to somehow come up with something, I thought about this. I was just like, how would we even go about that? Like I can't think of anything that would...
I crumble at the thought of that.
Yeah,
like,
I don't like it.
That's difficult. Moving on.
Yeah, let's move on.
Yeah. That is a really, really tough thing to do.
Yeah.
So I guess if I had to pick one word rather than ramble.
Safe. Like, it's not the word, and that's a safe decision.
I would say atmospheric.
Yeah, I guess that's the goal. We want to make stuff that can be revisited, you know? We want there to be depth to it, not just like something that's deep for the sake of being deep, and I don't even really mean deep as in like philosophical, even though that's obviously another kind of side goal to it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if you're making art, it should be, you know, challenging in those ways. But yeah, atmospheric is good. Yeah, let's go with that.
How would you go? Would you go with anything else?
Atmospheric is fine. I can't think of another word. Like cinematic maybe, but that's kind of the same kind of thing. Not really, but like it encapsulates the same thing that we're trying to say. It's like,
very moody. It is very moody. I think there's something in our debut record, Light Bands, for everyone. I think it's not just metal. It's not just sticking to one thing. That was a big part of our goals in writing it. So it's something that you haven't heard before. So check it out. I reckon that's probably the best thing to do.
Totally.
Yeah. Relocating to Melbourne.
Yep. Big one.
That was a big one. It put us in the central hub of music in Australia. So.
Yeah. Got to meet so many cool people, so many cool bands.
Yep.
That was just the best thing we could have done. Joe and Deej, just like getting those guys in because it was them, then the EP. So current lineup, Joe and Deej, and then writing and recording Any Colour You Desire.
Yep.
Doing that, touring that, everything around that was one big important step for sure.
Yeah.
And really kind of gave us like the kick in the butt that we needed to just be like, you know, if you want to make this happen, this is the work that's involved, and this is how seriously you have to take it. So.
Yeah, as being one big step, kind of containing a million mistakes and a million steps to make them.
Totally. Necessary mistakes.
Absolutely, every one of them has been necessary, I would say. What else? Building like our team is probably a massive one.
Mm-hmm.
We work with really cool people. That's including photography, videography, our booking agency, people we've worked with for management in the past, our record labels have been huge, and those
every
are big
piece
decisions.
to it, like we would never. I can't imagine any of those pieces being interchanged, like from any level.
No.
Like photography, videography. It's just like it's brilliant. Like obviously we'd love to work with as many creative people as possible that want to work with us and that like are committed to like you know, being creative with us, because we never want to like tell people what to do in those kind of regards, especially with the more creative things that lend towards whatever we're trying to do and whatever we're trying to portray. If you want to be in a band, that's something you should think about really, really early. Just like who you want to work with you and like give them good reasons to work with you.
Absolutely.
Sure. And well, I guess where we are now. Album.
Yeah.
Writing the album, the signings with Resist, with Sharp Tone, and everything leading up to the release. I think so. That's like one big 2-year step or more, probably. Way more.
Yeah.
So that one is the last kind of hurdle that we've had to jump, and it feels like we've only actually jumped it since. It feels like it's still being jumped. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like there's still so many things happening. So.
Absolutely. I would say every step is important as well. Like
definitely, yeah.
All of the fuck ups. So
yeah, every single fuck up has got us to where we are, and there's been a lot of fuck ups.
so many. Yeah. That's it. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you everybody watching.
Thank you. Yeah.
Much appreciated. Check out our album. It's out now everywhere. You can stream it, you can buy it. Light Bends. Thank you. Much appreciated.
Cheers.